G'day, Simo here, coming to you from Fastline's Pandemic HQ. Wow, what just happened? 2 months ago, a lot of us were in Offenbach. It was hugs, fist pumps, high fives all round. Now the tracks are closed. We are practicing social distancing and washing our hands a lot. A lot of people are panicking out there. They are stockpiling toilet paper, tinned tomatoes and dried pasta. Most of you are worried about your jobs. You're worried about your businesses and you have a load of unanswered questions. We are in crisis mode, but there is light at the end of this tunnel. In every crisis, there are opportunities. If we come together as a community, we can pull through this. Most of us are in lockdown, so we have a lot of time on our hands. It means we can all plan a way out of this. So with this extra time, I thought I would produce a weekly video and ponder the week that has just passed. I'll let you into my thought processes as I navigate this tunnel. I'll let you know about the conversations that I've been having with others in the industry. I'll share with you the information that I am uncovering and help you through this tunnel. Last Friday, here in the UK, we followed suit with our European cousins and closed all our cart tracks. Last weekend was a terrible time for me. I was looking down the barrel, thinking about laying off staff, thinking about how my business, our business, was going to survive. I spent a lot of time talking to my network, my customers, my sounding boards and other business owners I knew. I was so numb I had to escape, so I sought solace binge watching Netflix. I needed to get away. I can't even tell you what I watched. I needed to remove myself from the hysteria in the media. I needed to chill out and then come up with a plan. To be honest, I was half prepared for this. Before last week, I had already had a plan to safeguard the business and continue trading. I even had a lockdown bag, which was permanently in my car. It had all the stuff I would need to keep the business running if we went into shutdown. I set my home office up last week and had already started to work from it. My sales staff were mostly working from home too. If we got everything in place and shook the systems down before we went into lockdown, there would be less pressure, less panic. Panic can make your plan come undone. It makes you do irrational things. Monday I had to go into the office and lay off the majority of my staff because there are only a few countries still open and trading and business had dropped off. We have a great team at the moment, something we have spent the last 18 months developing, and I did not want to lose them. I came up with a plan to get through this shitstorm and a vision of how we were going to get out of it. I then sat down with every individual member of staff and explained my vision to them. I explained their part in this vision and told them what Fastline would look like when we came out the other end of this tunnel. By having a vision of how we could get through this, gave them comfort. I had answered a lot of their questions before they even had a chance to ask them. Here's my tip. If you've not come up with a vision of how you're coming out of this and communicated it clearly to your staff and told them their role in all of this, then do it now. Next, it was, how am I going to keep this team together, keep the harmony, keep the connections, keep their morale up? The answer was technology. We quickly set up a WhatsApp group so they can keep up with the communications. We also do an optional daily Zoom video call. It has helped break the monotony, stave off cabin fever, and it's keeping the team morale high. Here's another top tip. Make sure you have a means of communicating with your team. Do it regularly. Reinforce your vision and their role in it. It's so important that everyone is informed. Everyone understands what's happening and what we need to do. Equally important is that I can check in on each member of my staff and see how they're coping. Then it was all about battening down the hatches, turning off all the costs that would not be required during lockdown and getting a handle on our financial position. We're also exploring the different packages our government was offering and how we could access. I'll leave some links in the comments below for what the UK government is doing. So top tip is to get in touch with your accountant, get in touch with your local governments, get in touch with your tax authorities and see what they're doing to help you in your country. I know Australia's followed a similar route, and so has New Zealand. I've also been communicating a lot with our customers, understanding how they feel, the questions they have. See, most companies during shutdown are simply going to stop talking to their customers. They'll shut the door and that'll be it. That's all you'll hear from for the next 2-3 months. That's the worst thing you can do. If you're in this mess for months, your list is going to go cold. So I've got loads of ways to keep in touch with my customers. In fact, that's what I've been planning today. We will, however, be checking in to see how customers are travelling. Is there any help we can provide? So here's another top tip. Keep communicating with your customers. Keep communicating with your community. Don't let your list go cold. But whatever you do, don't sell. Reach out to your community, provide help, show leadership. That will be remembered long after this is over. On Monday, we held a Zoom call with about 20 odd tracks. There are a lot of track owners out there looking for information. There are a lot of employees looking for information. They were wondering how they were going to keep their teams together, how they were going to pay the rent, what the new normal was going to look like. As a group, we were able to answer some of these concerns, give some people some hope, and getting them to do some planning. Ed, our resident business guru, explained how we had 3 different companies right now. So you've got the company you were before you got into this shitstorm, you've got the company you are for the next 90 days, and then you've got the company you will be when you get back our freedom. It's so important to spend the next 90 days transitioning from the company you were into the company you will be. You will need to be visionary. You will need to provide leadership, and you will need to be adaptive because the situation's changing daily. We will be arranging more of these calls, so keep an eye on your inbox. If you're not on my list, DM me and I'll add you. Top tip, get a plan. Communicate that plan. It will provide security, direction and support to your team. It's also important in these times to take some time out for you. You need to stay positive. I am going to extreme lengths to stay positive. Panic sets in for me. I've got to go and chill out, get my head back into positivity. There are some great opportunities to reconnect with your family. I'm insisting that my team take some time out to do all those jobs that they never have time for and to recharge their batteries, because when we get out of this shitstorm, I need them to be firing on all cylinders. I'm also taking time out to improve myself and encouraging my team and customers to do the same. I'm going to get back into my morning walks. I'm going to read more books, and I'm going to do some training with one of our group memberships. So here's a top tip. Look after number 1. Do some exercise, meditate, read, learn a new skill. You've got a lot of time on your hands. Use it wisely. Don't squander it. I hope you've found this informative. Please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to talk through any of these things, DM me. Strangely enough, I have a lot of time on my hands. Remember, wash your hands, and I'll see you soon. Uru!